Hey, this is Matt with AVNation.tv. We are here in lovely Las Vegas, Nevada at InfoComm 2016. It is day 3. The show is almost over, but we still have time for a couple of things.
We do.
I'm here with my good friend Tim. Tim, how are you doing today?
Doing great. Sore feet.
Sore feet. Well, yeah, day 3. Tim, we're standing in front of your booth today. For people who don't know Tempest, tell me a little bit about, where the company came from, what it is exactly that you guys do.
Amazingly, it is true that there are still people who don't know Tempest. The company started about 15 years ago,
okay,
and it was manufacturing specialist enclosures for automated lights, the kind of lights you see used in rock shows and that kind of thing. And the first ones were built actually for the Legoland theme park when that was built in Carlsbad, California, back in, I think it was 2001, sometime like that.
Sounds accurate.
And then that kind of developed for a few years, and we were doing a lot of work for people like the Mouse, and we're not allowed to talk about it.
Yep.
And other major theme parks, cruise ships, things of that sort. And then a major mouse-like client came to us about 7 years ago, right about the time that I took over the company, and said, we're going to put some projectors outdoors, and could you do enclosures for them? So I thought, well, how hard could that possibly be? And I found out.
A little hard?
It is, there are a million ways you can get this wrong.
Gotcha.
Right? It ain't just a box. And we have found 999,999 of them along the way. But it's turned out to be a good business. And the majority of our sales now are in fact projector enclosures.
Okay.
From nothing to probably 60% of our business, which is great. And we have done all manner of different kind of outdoor sort of video mapping jobs. Indoor noise attenuation, hush boxes. We do all manner of custom versions of these things for every projector you can imagine, including big cinema projectors, rental and staging, business projectors, all of that, you name it. And we've done them all over the world in every climate type. It turns out there are other people who make projector enclosures, but we're the only people who only make projector enclosures.
Gotcha.
And so we work very closely with some of the main projector manufacturers. We try to be on good terms with all of them.
Right.
And we've done some really interesting projects, and it's become it's become the main part of our business. So about middle of last year, we sat down and we thought, well, we've learned so much, in that period of time. And we thought if we could just take all of that accumulated knowledge and kind of distill it into a new product platform, because we'd sprouted so many different variants of this, that, and the other, and from a manufacturing standpoint, it was a nightmare. So that's how the 4th generation project began.
Okay.
And we were studying everything that we'd done. We looked at every projector that we could think of out there. We looked at all of the different applications that we'd worked on, which are many, and we basically developed a single platform which would support all of those applications and all of those projectors. And that's what we launched here, and we were very proud to be awarded this nice prize by Commercial Integrator. That was very nice. Thank you very much,
So when you
guys.
say that you've created a single platform, that allows you to hit, depending on the application, either or any one of those different applications, i.e. either outdoor or hush or clean spaces. Tell us why that's so important going forward.
It's really important because we are what is known in the trade as a very high mix business. So we're not a huge company, and we make a lot of variations of different kinds of enclosures. Almost every job is different. Almost all of them involve some level of customization, particularly when we get up to the larger projectors. So we just, for example, are turning on a job right now in Dubai with 14 45K projectors, which are video mapping all the way up the Burj Al Arab, which is 300 meters tall, which is 1,000 feet. And that's a pretty challenging job in a pretty challenging environment, because the temperature gets up well over 100 Fahrenheit in
Right.
the 40s Celsius, and you got these large projectors at crazy angles.
Right.
And there's a lot of considerations that you need to think about. Well, if you can do that on the same physical and electronic control platform that you would use to put a couple of 10K projectors on the balcony front of a repertory theater,
Right.
which we also get.
Yes.
And they have all kinds of custom requirements. You go into theaters.
Historical buildings and architectural requirements, yes.
Exactly. So
Yes.
there's all kinds of limits. So what we did was we developed this framing system, which is a custom extrusion and custom corners. They're actually fairly clever. And a series of panel Legos.
Right.
So we can kind of mix and match, and relatively easily and also relatively quickly we can come up with customized versions
Right.
to meet customer requirements, because they always want them in 5 minutes.
Of course, of course. So it's the new platform, the G4, is really allowing you to create and provide that custom solution with a much shorter lead time.
Hopefully. This is our intent.
Excellent.
Customers, please
Perfect.
be patient.
All right, so
The other thing that
Yes.
sorry to interrupt you, but the other thing which is new here is right in the middle we have the outdoor enclosures, we have the indoor noise attenuating enclosures, and now we've introduced a new category which is rental and staging enclosures.
Okay.
Same system, different application, different levels of customization for, every rental company has different power distribution infrastructure, different. They run their signal cables differently. So we made it very easy to offer simple reconfiguration
Right.
to suit each individual customer, so that they'll have the right connectors on the back of the enclosure. For example, same enclosures can be used in landscape or portrait mode.
Right.
So one day you're doing an outdoor festival, for example, where they need to be portrait. And then the next day you're doing a TV special where you got all kinds of cracked oil fog in the air.
Right.
You don't want to be stripping down your projector when you take it back to the shop. So now it's in our enclosure, you snap it onto the truss, you fly it out, use it for the day, take it home, and it's good to go on another job the next day without having to do major service.
It sounds like that really will, by not requiring it to have as much service, it'll really cut down on the maintenance cost, which not only saves man hours and labor hours, but also will extend, the life of the equipment because it's not getting beat up as much. Because we all know rental and staging really, they destroy gear.
It's a tough world. It's a tough world.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for the overview. Where can people find more information about the G4 line of products?
Tempest, www.tempest.biz.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you so much. And for more video from the show floor, please visit avnation.tv.